I'm one of the producers of the show, but Rob Edney is one of the other producers of the show. Come on, Rob. We've had a couple of requests because people really don't know why we did this, and sometimes we don't. But we want to answer some of your questions about the Front Porch Show. So one of the questions we often get is, how did this start?
So John and I served on a few committees together, and we'd done some work in town, and the thing I really connected with John over was that John is the guy that will throw all the ideas out there, no matter how crazy they sound. And one of the ideas that happened many years ago was he said, I want to do a talk show that promotes the people of St. Mary's, and everyone comes on and tells their story. And I thought, oh, that's a great idea, John. And then we kind of left it for a while.
Yeah. So next stage was MC at Rob's wedding, and good old Frank St. Germain was over there.
It was our first.
It was our sort of non-Front Porch Show, and I got to know Frank really well, and we sort of got along together. And then what happened was Marie and I were going to Costa Rica on Christmas Day, and we said, who in the world would give us a ride to the airport on Christmas Day? Well, we decided to see if Rob would, and he did. And while we were on the way, Marie said, okay, tell Rob about your idea. And I did, and he remembered it. He said, oh, yeah, we should do that. And I kept on saying, Rrr. And so finally, about 3 months later, because Marie had heard this about 3 years, she said, John, I'm tired of hearing about this idea. Do it. Not do it. You are going to do it. So I had to do it, and I did it. And one of the questions they asked was, well, how did you get to be MC? Well, it was my front porch. I guess that's one you think of. But no, the honest truth is, if this was going to fail and somebody was going to look bad, it was going to be me. Because I didn't want anybody else. It's a small town, and when you're in a small town, if somebody falls flat in their face, I didn't want somebody falling flat in their face on my idea. So it was my idea, fell flat in my face, it was me. But then we had to get good people.
Well, and one of the things I liked was we reached out to people we knew. We reached out to people we knew who had certain capabilities. And so I guess what we can quickly do here is talk about each of the individuals who did that. But the funniest thing is I think every single person we reached out to and told this crazy idea to, and when I say crazy, I look out here and I see 312 people sitting here. Pretty crazy, isn't it? So anyway, it's over the last 2 years, it's come to define our Sunday nights in the summer, and it's been absolutely amazing. But yeah, if we could just take a second, one of the funny things is that every person we reached out to said, including Frank, said, I'll help you with the first show. But then, after that,
maybe two.
Maybe two.
Maggie said two.
Maggie said two, yeah. But you know what? We've had the same staff the entire time, and it's been amazing how each person came on. So maybe we can kind of talk about each one. I want to introduce Joseph Flynn first. This is Joseph Flynn here. Stand up and say hi. So Joseph came to us in show number 1. We couldn't get a musical guest. We had Frank, and we needed a musical guest. And so it was summer, and I reached out to some of the bands in the store, and I ended up getting a bunch of 8-year-olds to come on and play I Love Rock and Roll. But knowing that I had to do other things, I needed Joseph to help out. And Joseph is so effective and made everything work that he came back for the next show.
One guy who I conned into doing the first year that helped an awful lot was John Dizer, but he said, he really wanted to spend time with his family on Sundays, and he was really, really kind in helping us through as audio for most of the first year. And the audio equipment in the beginning, we got to thank the town. They've got all this audio equipment for us, but the first year, I don't know if the Presbyterian Church knows, but we used to raid the church, and we had about 5 different sources for our audio. We just plug it together, throw it together, then take it back in the night, in the dark of night, and that was it. So we have a lot of people. Maggie came on as floor director. Jeff was there, and Jeff came on, and Jeff Coverly, and Maggie Whitcroft, and they've really helped. Fern, I think Maggie, you recruited Fern, didn't you? Because Fern said, and Fern's been the videographer for almost every show. So that's really good.
And then Peter McCash came in. I believe Peter. Yeah, he came just to watch a show. He just came to watch a show and started taking pictures. And I think we were looking, going, "Are you doing a selfie right now?"
Yeah.
Oh, nice. See, this is what I'm talking about. So Peter started taking these pictures and posting them on our site, and we're like, wow, Peter takes a pretty damn good picture. And he became the official photographer. So thank you, Peter McCash.
No, he's not the official. He's the official, unofficial photographer because he basically said, I don't want to be part of this, but I want to be part of this. So he's sort of on the edge. He's sort of there. Okay, Marie, by the way, my wife Marie, she was community calendar last year. And Marie just picks up where everybody can't do something. Fern couldn't do camera one show, and in the next show we had an incident and couldn't do the camera for the other show. And Marie just steps right in, and if we're short of anything, there's Marie, and she just does now. With Mr. Don. Oh, Don. Well, Don plays tennis with me and stuff like that, so Don didn't have any choice. So
Sure enough. How's that hand there, John?
Yeah, he almost broke my wrist.
What, John? I'm going to answer this after you. I'm going to ask you the question. You can answer me the question. What was your favorite memory so far?
Christmas show was really fun.
You took my answer.
Oh yeah, the Christmas show was wild. We didn't know what was happening. We had a donkey coming in, and funny story is that the donkey was supposed to come down, and they had a carrot to try to get the donkey to come down. So the people who were doing the carrot thing, they decided to try to see if it worked. Well, the donkey went hump and just ate the whole carrot right there, so they had nothing to tempt the donkey. So I said to them, as soon as I get out there, I got nothing to say. Bring the donkey in. And so what happened is that I'm standing up there, and it's all dark beyond them, and I have no idea where the donkey is. And I almost said, "Get your ass down here," but
But we can't say that on
but we can't say that on the Front Porch Show.
Frank can, though.
And of course, Rob was in it from the start. You know, from that trip to the airport, he was convinced that I said, "Okay, you said do it, you got to do it." Who else? Are we missing anybody? I always afraid of missing anybody. Frank, Frank came on. Well, we worked at it at Y, and he helped with one show. But here's an amazing man. Not only did he become the music director, which I don't know what that means, Frank, but that's okay. But we love each other very much. He's just one of the great friends I've had in my life. But I just said, okay, well, when you come on the first show, just sort of play something. And when we go off at the end, just sort of play something. Well, the next show he comes, and he's composed, Hello, Hello.
The Front Porch Show.
And it's amazing. And then by the third show, he's composed Home St. Mary's, which has become, I believe, the official anthem of this town. It's a beautiful song. Okay, so that's... Oriana. We got Oriana in now. Yeah. We've sucked her in.
Sure.
Yeah, well, Cher, we've got her in. You're now in it, right?
I'm in it.
Cher. So we'll be looking at you. If you want to become involved in this show, this isn't about me. It's not about Rob. It's all about St. Mary's. But if you want to become involved, just come to us and invent a position. You say, because that's what Peter did. He invented a position. We're glad to have you. Okay, and there we go.
We're looking forward to season 3. If you've got any ideas for us, we're more than willing to hear those ideas. And we just talked about quickly why the show works. And I think the show works because we get to hold up this mirror to the community and show you absolutely how beautiful this community is. And it's a simple mirror. All we are is a mirror saying, look, this is what you are. This is who you are. And each of you come up here and tell your story. And each week I'm absolutely blown away by the amazing people that live next door to me.
Yeah.
You know?
And we probably got next year's shows probably about half full of people who we didn't know they were here. And all of a sudden, for example, the one guest we had is, she was last year nanny to the royal family and to the author Daniel Steele. 3 weeks prior to this show, we had no idea she even existed. And here she was. She just lived down the street from us. So these are the kind of people who live in St. Mary's, and they're kind enough to donate their time because absolutely nobody gets paid. This is all giving back to your community, and we thank you for that.